Hello, everybody. It's me, Course, aka Corey, aka I'm too tired to even remember everything else. Okay, we gotta be brief. I tried to do this earlier and I had a song and everything, but clearly it cut me off before I could even reach my point. But basically, I'm gonna be talking about the whole situation that's going on in the city of Atlanta, in Black America. But basically, if you haven't been living under a rock, I'm pretty sure, and you watch CNN, you heard about the scandal that's rocking the the Christian world, the African American community, everything, and that's famed Bishop Bishop Eddie L. Long, pastor of New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, has basically these allegations against him that he's used his pastoral um, position to coerce these young teenage guy or young boys to have sex with him, and it's really strong allegations right there. And basically, it's got everybody, especially like I said in Black America and in the Christian world, everybody's in an uproar. Like I think his congregation, for the most part, they're just going crazy, freaking out. And it's weird. I kind of separate myself because I've been a member of that church since I was like 10 years old, but technically I haven't. I stopped going at 16, and that's just because I moved to another state and I went to college in a whole nother area, and I just I was far away, so I didn't go. But now that I'm back in Atlanta, I just haven't went because I don't live close enough. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, but yeah, I'm a member of New Birth, technically. So it does kind of hit home for me because yeah, that was my church. It technically still is, as far as if you look, I'm still a member. But yeah, it just hits home. It's interesting, like, but I don't know. I'm not freaking out like the rest of the congregation. I have my own views on the situation, and I'm about to share them with you. But basically, let me just gonna put it like this: when I heard it, when it somebody, when I heard it from CNN, excuse me, I wasn't really surprised, honestly. And that's not to say that I just think that Bishop Eddie Long was living foul all along. I honestly, you know, I don't know what this man did behind the closed doors. Apparently, this is what he did behind closed doors. But you know, I wasn't thinking that he was just this foul man. But at the same time, I think what people fail to realize is that he's a human being and that he is capable of doing some fucked up shit. Like, I'm not saying it's true, but that's one of the reasons why I wasn't surprised. It's not that I just thought he was just a living foul all along, but you know, he, a lot of people like, oh my God, he's a man of God. Like, how could people even associate him with this type of stuff? Okay, but the key word of that, girl, is that he's a man. He's a human being, girl. He's a person, and like every other person, girl, he's capable of doing some fuck shit, just like the rest of us. Like, all of us do some nasty shit on the low, you know, or some scandalous shit on the low. But it's just we're not on a high platform. So, girl, when our stuff gets exposed, nobody really gives two fucks. But this man, he's a prominent minister, and the fact that his name is even associated with this situation, it's a very big thing. Like, this is a man that's most of his sermons have basically a message of you shouldn't be gay. Like, he's very anti-gay, very anti-homosexual. And here it is that he may be a homosexual himself or engage in homosexual acts. I know some people don't like to be labeled a homosexual. Some of them get down just like the rest of us. So whatever, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that just kills me. It's like, oh, gayness, gay. I hate it. I hate it. But you getting on your knees sucking a dick like that, like the next faggot. Excuse my language. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you bending over, you taking it up the ass just like the next one. So, girl, But anyway, you know, but like I'm saying, like I wasn't surprised because, like I said, he's a human being, and like I'm not, like I said, I'm not rooting for him to fail. I'm actually kind of staying neutral until all the information is presented and everything, you know, is out, and he's given a chance to tell his side, and like the evidence speaks up. I mean, like I'm just trying to wait for everything to come out, but it's really not looking like a good look for Mr. Long. But I do hope everybody in this situation the best. Like I hope that you know two things. I hope that Bishop Eddie Long is not guilty, but at the same time, I hope that if he is guilty, that he kind of takes this opportunity to reevaluate everything. As far as his stance on anti-gay issues, his whole belief system as a Christian. I mean, everything. Like I hope this is a time where he it's a humbling experience, and it's a time where you know you learn from it and you move on. And with that being said, of course, a lot of people are going to be very unforgiving if it is true. And then, like, even just with now, like now, this is just all accusatory stuff. Like people are just accusing him, and nothing's been proven. But even with that, like, that's enough for some people. Like some people in their congregation is just going to leave based on the fact that somebody accused you. So, like I said, with that being said, you know but yeah, the situation is really interesting. Like and it's interesting that it's causing an uproar with a lot of people, especially, like I said, the black community, the black Christian community, to be exact. Like my mom and my godmother, they are in straight up denial because they members of New Birth, and my mom was like, "Oh, somebody's just out to get him." That's her first reaction, is that he's a man of God, and people just don't like to see men of God be successful. And I'm kind of like, okay, girl, like I don't know if that's all actual factual, girl, but okay, like yeah, I'll let you have that one. I'm just like, I mean, I keep going back to if it's possible he could have really really been involved, and then what? Like that's what I think people are not getting. A lot of his supporters is like, for 1 second, like actually take the time and really think about, okay, well, if he is guilty, how what next? Because I think a lot of people really look up to him. I mean, well, it's not a thinking, they do, they look up to him. And you know even though you're not supposed to put your faith in man, some people subconsciously they do. Like my mom, I think she has a lot of faith in this man, and a lot in his peers like Creflo and TD Jakes, and even like the females like Joyce Meyer, Taffy Dollar. Like my mom just thinks that they can do no wrong, and it's like, well, I mean, I'm not skeptic or anything. I'm just realistic in that they're human beings. Yeah, they're supposed to be men and women of God, but they're people. They were people first. And like I said, like we all have our issues and our skeletons and everything like that. So nobody's above it. And like I said, if Bishop Baby, if that's what you did, then I really pray that you, first of all, apologize and ask for forgiveness from God, your wife, and your congregation. And second of all, maybe this is the time, like I said, you need to reevaluate how you think and what you believe, because clearly you was out here running amok. Apparently, that's what the story says, that you was just running amok with these young boys, taking them on trips, doing all these nice lavish things with them and for them, in exchange for a little cum slinging. Like I mean, if you really took that your position and abused it in such a way, like that's a major thing, and that's nothing to be taken lightly. So there you go. And that's what another thing that frustrates me is that like I said, a lot of these people, like my mom and stuff, they just refuse to even think that that's a possibility. It's like, well, ma'am, like, what if it is a possibility? What if he is a baby that a baby? I'm sleepy. Forgive me. Maybe he is a person. You know, I forgot what I was saying. Lord, yes, I'm sleepy. I lost my thought process. But anyway, you know, the point, the moral is, he's a man. He's not perfect. None of us are. And, you know, for those who just believe that he is just an angel and a saint, you know, girl, you know, prepare yourself, because it might come out that he really was, you know, doing this shit with these little boys. And, you know, what then? Like, you know, my thing is, it shouldn't shake your faith, because you shouldn't, number one, you shouldn't have put all your faith in a man, because, girl, like I said, he's a man. He's not God. You know, that's who you have faith in. He's just the messenger of God, but, girl, he's not God himself. So, you know, yeah. And plus, I think this also raises an issue with homosexuality in the black church, just in general. Clearly, it's there. And as you can tell, this is what happens when you repress yourself. You go off touching little boys and shit. So, you know, that's another issue that I think this opens up an opportunity for the black church to kind of say, okay, we do have gay members in our church, and what do we do now? So, with that said, I'm gonna go to bed, but, you know, I just want to talk about that. I think I'm gonna talk about it a little more as the situation, you know, unfolds, because, you know, two people came out already and told, now it's a third person. So, girl, it's about to get juicy. Oof, like, I'm gonna have to include this into my daily or my weekly um viewing schedule, because I have Glee, Top Model, and now the Bishop Eddie Long sex scandal. So, girl, like, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna see this shit through, because I want to be all up in it. I want to know every detail. But y'all be safe. Good night. Peace out.